each disease, what we've seen among all these different diseases is that there is one characteristic thing that occurs in all of them, which is there is a type of protein that begins to aggregate, to clump together and become dysfunctional, and it forms what we call a pathology. The type of pathology and where that pathology occurs in the brain differs for each disease. So in ALS, we have a protein called TDP43, and it accumulates in the spinal cord. In Parkinson's disease, we have a protein called synuclein. It's everywhere, but it accumulates in a part of our brain that controls the symptoms of Parkinson's disease. And then in Alzheimer's disease, we have two proteins that accumulate. One is outside the neuron, that's called beta amyloid, that forms senile plaques. And one is inside the neuron, that's called tau, or microtubule-associated tau. There are also a bunch of other, the synuclein and the TDP can also accumulate, but if that becomes complicated, we think about it, but simplicity, amyloid and tau. And those accumulate in your cortex. And so the other thing to think about brains, the first thing is with disease, what's accumulating? That's going to determine the type of therapy that we think will ultimately correct the disease. Get rid of those aggregates, particularly the ones in the neuron's going to be healthier. The second thing is, where is it occurring? Real estate is important. If I have an aggregate accumulating where my motor function is controlled, guess what? I can't move. If I have an aggregation occurring in my spinal cord, that's also a different type of motor, can't move. If I have something accumulating in my cortex, then I have trouble with higher thought. And Alzheimer's falls into flavors.